Today, I want to show you the 5-step prompt stack that's going to revolutionize your business by allowing you to write proposals faster and better so you can land more contracts. When I first started out in this business, it was super expensive to bid on contracts because it was so time consuming. I used to spend weeks just to write a single proposal. The system favored the richest companies because they were the only ones with the cash flow to do this. But now we can use AI to level the playing field. AI can take what used to take a proposal writer a week to do and do it in less than a day. And even better, if you've been thinking about hiring someone to write proposals for you, well, I'm going to show you how to save your money and use AI instead. I've been testing AI to write proposals, and it turns out the best prompt to write a winning proposal isn't a single prompt. See, when I ask the AI to write the whole proposal at once, I get something that's not detailed enough. It won't satisfy the reviewers. Also, I found that we get surprisingly better results if we ask the AI to reflect on what it's written, and we ask it to spot weaknesses and then improve its output. So I'm going to show you a 5-prompt stack that will give you a much stronger proposal. And there are multiple AI writing tools you can use for this. There's ChatGPT and Gemini and Claude, and I've tested them all. Maybe I'll do another video sometime to show you the differences, but right now, I'm just going to tell you the results. I'm getting the best results from Claude. Now let's get to that prompt stack that's going to change your business. And here's the first prompt. I start by saying, act as an expert proposal writer. And I tell it my company name because I wanted to use my company name throughout the proposal. And I tell it the customer name for the same reason. I paste in the proposal instructions from the solicitation, and I tell it to create a detailed outline for the proposal. And I tell it to follow the instructions exactly and to structure the proposal using the exact same structure laid out in the instructions, and use the exact words they use in the instruction. We also need to give it the statement of work. That's the description of the work to be performed in the contract. And remember, in some government contracts, they call this the performance work statement, or PWS. Either way, whether they call it the SOW or the PWS, we need to provide this information because our proposal needs to demonstrate that we understand how to do the work. In fact, that's one of the reasons why I like Claude better than ChatGPT or Gemini, because Claude did a better job of understanding the SOW and then incorporating it throughout the proposal. Next, review the outline it produces, and if you want anything changed, just ask Claude to change it. When you're happy, give it this prompt to write the next section. I tell Claude to be detailed and thorough, and I recommend you specify the tone of voice you want it to use. Pick whatever matches your company's branding, but personally, I like a formal tone. So I'm telling Claude to use a formal tone with a focus on presenting the information in a clear and detailed manner, and I tell it to write in the active voice. Once Claude gives you its draft, read what it wrote and ask it to make any changes you want. Just talk to it like you'd talk to an intern. Give it feedback on what you liked and what you'd like it to change. After you've got the first section the way you want it, move on to the next section and keep doing this section by section until you get to the end. But don't stop there, because the next 2 prompts are where the magic occurs. We're going to get much better results if we ask Claude to review and then revise the proposal based on the evaluation criteria. So find the evaluation criteria in the solicitation, and note that sometimes this is called the basis of award. But either way, we want to find this information because this is where they tell us how they're going to grade our proposal. And in this prompt, we ask Claude to review the draft to see how well it meets the evaluation criteria, identify any weaknesses, and suggest ways to strengthen the proposal so that it scores well against the evaluation criteria. And also, I tell Claude to ask me questions for information that will strengthen the proposal. Next, I can answer its questions, and then I ask it to revise the draft using that information and taking into account the weaknesses it spotted and its suggestions for improvement. Next, I used this prompt to ask Claude to create a compelling introduction to the proposal. The last step is we need a human review. AI isn't good enough yet to submit something without having a human review it. So read through the proposal and make any changes needed, and also do a final compliance check against the requirements specified in the solicitation, because you sure don't want to spend all this time writing a proposal and then have it be disqualified because it didn't include some required element. Hey friends, I hope I've given you the confidence to do this yourself. You don't need to pay a professional proposal writer. Just put AI to work on your next proposal. And let me know in the comments how it goes and what you'd like me to cover next. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.